dad wouldn't have tire issues again.
We're Angelo and Ilsa, a couple of out-of-work theater producers from Western New York. We are exploring the South with no particular destination, along with our 3 children in a 15-year-old shuttle bus. Subscribe and join us on the Inspire engine and see what adventures lie ahead.
So we found another WMA, which is Wildlife Management Area, I think. Is that what it stands for? Pretty sure?
Yes.
They're usually free. Hunters use them. There's typically something like a boat launch or some other kind of recreation area. We filled out the little check-in form and we stayed there. And it was a really cute little campsite nestled in between fields of sugarcane. That was cool. We didn't do much there. It was cold, so we pretty much slept and then organized the bus a little bit. Because we were a mess after New Orleans. The bus was kind of torn apart because we were trying to dig out our stuff to go into the hotel.
It was beautiful. It was cool. We were camped in the middle of I think a sugarcane field.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. And if the weather was a little bit warmer, we would have probably just spent the day letting the kids run around the field and soaking up the
Logie wanted to
environment.
play outside with his bow staff, and we discovered the bow staff that he forgot in Savannah, Georgia, and we went back to Savannah, Georgia to collect it. Pretty sure he left it at that really nice deli in New Orleans. So we're not going back this time. We wanted to make it all the way to Texas, which is a deviation from our plan at this point. And we found some really cool camp spots on the Gulf Coast on the way to Texas, but they're washed out from the last hurricane. So at least the ones that were reviewed said they were washed out. So we're actually going to take that road down by the coast and just kind of check them out. We were too tired last night leaving New Orleans because oh look, I left New Orleans and now I'm calling it New Orleans. New Orleans. We only drove an hour and a half, so we're still in Louisiana, about 3 hours away from Texas. And I was talking to a childhood friend of mine, Keelan. She lives in Texas, and I said, hey, we're only 4 hours away, and she said it'd be really cool if you guys came to visit. So we're checking out campsites in that area so I can go visit my friend I haven't seen in a long time. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Like if we ever go to a big city again, I would like to figure out a way to be able to stay in the bus in that big city, a safe way. That's one of the reasons why we've avoided major populated areas, is because it's much safer staying in the wilderness. I'm more afraid of other people than I am of the wild animals.
So we are in Louisiana black bear country right now.
Yeah.
Actually, it would have been sort of fun to see a bear. I imagine they're likely hibernating at this point.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
winter,
cold.
it's cold. I mean, cold is
Relatively
relative.
cold.
Yeah. It's in the 40s.
Yeah.
Maybe low 50s today.
I think it's
I'm
like
wearing
55 right now.
flip-flops. I am wearing flip-flops. So
Oh yeah, me too.
It doesn't feel like winter.
But I wear flip-flops even in the winter in the north. Anyway.
So, yeah, staying in a hotel, it was nice, but we were missing some of the convenient items that we have in the bus. We needed scissors a bunch of times. Making coffee was difficult. Just things that we thought were kind of annoyances on the bus, we actually missed them. And even Raya, who said, oh, I'm so excited to sleep in a real bed, after she shared a king-size bed with her brother and sister, she's like, I just want to get back to my bed on the bus. And I think we all slept a little better once we were back in the bus.
Oh yeah, I think, yeah, all 5 of us, we slept much better once we got back in the bus. We missed our home while we were in that hotel.
Yeah.
We were able to take baths, shower regularly. That was a nice bonus. And of course, having a secure place to park in the city. That was a big reason why we chose to stay in a hotel. Because it came with well, it didn't come with a parking lot, but
Yeah, we had to pay $60, I think,
we had
to
to-
park
yeah.
while we stayed in the hotel.
I would have
Everything was
rather
so
just found a place
expensive.
where we can pay $60 to stay in the parking lot.
I think we really need to do some research. Next time we go to a big city, we find a parking lot that we can actually stay in overnight. We can
A
pay
safe
to park
one, a gated
there,
one maybe.
and we stay in it overnight. We don't set up. We don't live outside of our bus. We just use it to sleep in, and then we can explore the city.
Yeah, it felt like we had to move out of our home into the hotel for a couple of days.
And New Orleans is different because it's so compact. There's no, I mean, it was just difficult to navigate. So that's why we got a hotel, because we knew it was going to be difficult. We really wanted to see it authentically and not just kind of bumble through the little narrow streets.
Yeah.
So we did get that experience, but our other lesson
We got a lot of walking in too.
We never want to spend money in a fancy restaurant again. Our best meal was at the Quarter Deli, right like 20 steps away from our hotel, and they had po' boy sandwiches and gumbo. Apparently it's like the best gumbo in the area, and it was $4.99 for a little tub of it.
A meal. One tub is a meal. $4.99.
Yes.
Turn left onto Katy Bridge Ave Road.
It was.
So I think we need to skip the hotels and the restaurants and go with like the inexpensive local stuff and find good parking lots to stay in.
Yep.
If we want to visit the city again. Because the shower, like, it honestly wasn't even that great. The bathroom didn't feel that clean to
Take
me.
the next left onto Katy Bridge Ave Road.
And I don't think that was really the hotel's fault. It's just a really old building, and I don't know if they had some damage when they had the hurricanes, and it just felt, I don't know, not as pristine as you'd expect when you're paying $100 a
Continue
night.
on Katy Bridge Ave Road for half a mile.
However, I would recommend that hotel.
I would too.
If you're
I
going
would
to the
stay there
French
again.
Quarter, the Hotel St. Pierre, if you don't have an option to sleep in your vehicle or whatever, if you want to stay in a hotel, if that's the kind of person you are, more power to you. But the Hotel St. Pierre, I highly recommend. Understand that it's a local hotel in a residential area.
It's a boutique hotel.
And it's, yes.
Like, it's not a big towering skyscraper.
No,
that
it's a
has so
small-
many rooms.
Every single room is completely different. You know, it had its quirks. It wasn't like pristinely immaculate. You know, it wasn't like that. It was, I mean, it seemed like they only had one employee on staff at any given time. Like, he would have to lock the front door so we can go clean rooms.
And probably during the pandemic, there's less housekeeping happening. They said they wouldn't do daily housekeeping, which I preferred. I didn't really want anyone to come through our room and worry about that. They said they would just clean every 3 days. And we didn't stay longer than 3 days, so we didn't have maid service, which was kind of a pain because the garbage can is like itty bitty and we filled it up pretty quick.
But it's also nice to know that no one's coming into your room while you're staying there.
Yes, I did appreciate that.
It was so charming, even though it had some quirks, you know, it wasn't perfect. It was very charming, and it was like staying in a different world. Like,
Yeah, I felt like we were in a little European villa or something. It was definitely an authentic feeling experience.
and the people who worked there were genuine. They genuinely cared about our experience, and they wanted to help us really enjoy the city, and it was great.
When you call, you actually get the guy at the front desk. He has a name. It's the same guy if you call back. When we were calling about other hotels, we were sent to like a call center that wasn't even in the area. And I was asking, I said, well, I'm calling to find out about your parking lot, if we can park there. They're like, well, let me see if I can find out. And I'm like, I don't want you to find out. I want to speak to the person who is like there at the parking lot. So I felt like we got a more personalized experience when we
I was
dealt
able
with a
to
small hotel like that.
I was able to describe our rig to the guy, and he was able to tell me right away. He's like, yeah, that should work, that should be just fine. He asked me some questions about it, and then he was able to just reference his own mind on what the parking lot looks like. And that same guy that I spoke to on the phone was the guy who helped us direct our way into the parking lot.
Yeah, he came right outside when we got there to check in and helped us back in and kind of tucked us in between two buildings, like it was a little alley, so that no one could see us from the street. He said a vehicle like yours might be tempting for people to break into.
Which I don't think we had to worry about that. The neighborhood we were in was very nice. It was a residential neighborhood. The kind of people in that neighborhood aren't the kind of people who are going to be breaking into cars or stealing bikes off of the back of someone's car. So I don't think we really had to worry about that. But he was doing that in an abundance of caution, and that's great. Anyway, the hotel itself is actually like 5 or 6 little houses, little buildings in a cluster. You don't actually, the lobby is across the alley from the building that we were staying in. It was really kind of neat,
Yeah,
and the
it's like
little alley
little-
is a courtyard.
Yeah, they're like little cobblestone paths, little tiny alleys that connect all the buildings together. It's like a little maze between the buildings, and it's all fenced in. They're all connected together.
Yep.
Where am I supposed to turn? I'm gonna have to get fuel soon, and I just passed pass by all the fuel spots.
Turn left
Right.
onto Louisiana 83.
Okay, so this will take us to the 90 then.
Taking a long route.
It's probably going to add about an hour, maybe 45 minutes to our trip.
Maybe
So we
2
have
hours.
A little bit longer drive today, but we're driving in the daylight for most of it, I hope. And we should get back down by the coast within the next hour or so, instead of taking the busy highway. I really don't like that. Driving out of New Orleans was really scary. I've never seen that much traffic. That was the busiest road we've been on yet. And people just zooming in and out of you. At one point it was like 5 lanes of traffic by the New Orleans airport, International Airport. It was just it just felt very dramatic and scary, and I didn't like it. I think there's footage of me like going, ah!
Probably.
I would be embarrassed if you put that in. Oh, I missed oh no, it's right here. Well, now we're headed towards Lafayette.
Raya, we're headed towards Lafayette. Raya loves Lafayette because of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hamilton the musical.
Is that our tire doing, or is it the road?
It's the road.
Are you sure?
Yes, I know the sound now.
I hope to God we don't have tire issues again. I'm
Me
just
too.
talking about Savannah. I just said Savannah. It's like Savannah is cursed, and we found out Savannah is the #1 haunted city. No, Savannah's #1. It's the #1 haunted city in the United States.
Oh, that's right. It is.
New Orleans is like
Number 4.
Because I thought
Yeah.
they were the most haunted city. We didn't experience anything haunting,
No.
and we didn't do any haunted tours like I wanted to.
No,
I would have rather done
sorry.
that than by dinner. Just saying.
Yeah, me too.
'Cause that meal was not
The
memorable.
dinner, you eat it and then it's gone in a few hours. The memories that you make from going on a tour last forever. Oh yeah, look at that. cows on this side.
Those aren't the velvety cows, though.
They're pretty velvety. Oh, it's beautiful. It's not, doesn't look as, the camera doesn't do it justice. I know.
So we can just drive.
Well, we can do it in a...
Seems like this is probably the worst of it.
Maybe.
We are getting closer to the water.
Got that one.
You gotta see like gutted houses. Seems like there's probably a house there. Like right
Yeah, it looks like there used to be a house there. It's gone.
There we go.
They were built to last. Oh wow.
Yeah, look at the plate structures behind her.
I know.
Shredded. Oh, look at that. You see it? All the gravestones like overturned.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Crazy. What you got?
Sweet heat cons.
Eat them all.
Don't mind if I do.
A lot of campers down here. Everybody's siding and roofs are ripped off. Look at that structure went down.
Yep.
It's probably a house that now is a bus. Gorgeous over here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in anything that doesn't drive.
Look at this house. Oh my gosh. Destroyed. That was the
Gone.
foundation of
Yep.
the house.